You are now listening to the Noir podcast. I'm your host, Chukudi, and with me is my co-host,
Chidi.
Noir season 3.
Season 3, man.
You know, we've been gone for a while, but it's good to be back. It's good to be back.
So many things have been happening, since the last time.
But before we get into that, I'd just like to welcome our first guest for season 3. Welcome, Benga.
Yo.
It's good to have you on.
Yeah, so I'm very happy to be here. Really happy to be here.
Yeah, we've been trying to make this work for time.
For time, bro. Time.
Well, it's good to finally do it.
Yeah,
It's
man.
good to
been a
be
minute
back.
still.
Yeah,
But yeah, Chidi, what have you been up to since, went on a mini break?
God, I don't know, man. I got a new piercing, then I took it off because, I don't know, people like the piercing here.
Yeah.
But, the process of taking it out, because I still have, a dad that's still, Nigeria. So, new ones, man, they were getting too painful, man, when I was pushing it back. So, I was when I did this country, man, let me just wait till next year. So, that was painful, too, because I love the piercing. Then my birthday was on Friday. And, that was
happy birthday, bro.
Yes. But guys, the message I was getting was guys were telling me, send me your birthday list. I was like, huh? Dead ass. I'm like, bro, there's no way I'm a man, bro. Come on. I'm a man, bro. Why the fuck am I making a birthday list? And they were dead ass. I was like, okay. Because the thing is that, not to even be annoying here, things I like are expensive. So it's if I'm not telling someone, oh, buy me this, and they're not oh, it's what's the point? Because I've never been that kind of guy. So,
making a budget-friendly list. It's not on my list, bro. I won't do that, bro. I can't do that, man.
Because the babe sent me house today, and she had different tiers. The cheap ones, the moderate ones are the expensive. I don't know, I can't. I can't do that, man. It's too long.
Yeah. Do you know when babes drop their birthday list? What I usually do is I go and find the cheapest item first and book it.
Yeah, so exactly.
What's the cheapest item
what's the cheapest
I think the cheapest I've bought is makeup, concealer or something. I think that's the cheapest I've bought.
Yeah, it's usually a makeup product.
Or this time I'm guessing a ring light for their makeup stuff. I don't know. I don't know what that is.
That's a good gift, helping them out.
Stuff
like
that.
It's a good gift.
Yeah. But some babes are taking the piss shot. You be sending some crazy list, bro. It depends on the babe, man.
Yeah, do you know some babes they'll just put out flat out, put money inside my account. They just put account details there.
Bro, even one of my guys, my friend, she wanted to send me money. I was like, no. I can't accept gifts, man.
Bro.
I can't. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the toxic masculinity.
I think it is because my youngest brother, right? He has a babe. So he was yanning me because they went out on a date and all of that. So we're just bantering and all of that. Then midway through the conversation, he was his babe spoils him. That time she sends him money, just as pay. I was thinking about you. And I stopped and I remember I was just bony face. I was as a man, why are you accepting money for? We don't do that here. I was looking at
you. But sending my account number, man. That was just the first thing.
I'm why don't you have your account number in the first place?
You ended with open.
Bro, for real, nah. I can't. I'm so sorry. We have to learn it, because
as men, we deserve to be treated nicely.
Yeah, exactly. So from time to time, still.
Yeah.
But
ladies, don't give up on us. We're coming around.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, so much has happened since we last saw each other. Rema dropped. How you guys feeling about that?
I think you should go first.
Rema's album, I mean, we're talking about it earlier, and I haven't fully taken it in, and I'm just trying to understand. It's a new sound, so it's not the Rema I usually listen to. So I'm trying to still try to get a hold of it. It's mad, but
The thing is, because I was telling you behind the scenes, for me, I'm somebody that, especially when an artist takes me by surprise when they take a new sound, I have to listen to the album 2-3 times before I feel I'm giving an informed opinion. Because I'm somebody that I've noticed with myself, I like status quo. I like things as they are. If I'm enjoying something as it is, don't switch the vibe up. Do you get what I mean? But I've listened to the album once. I don't dislike it, but I feel I need to listen to it again to know if I like it or if I'm indifferent, if that makes sense. But there was an interview I was from him, I was listening to a couple of days ago, where he was just Afrobeat artists, these days they've sort of been catering their sounds towards the international audience, which is true. And he felt with this project, he was trying to bring it back home, if that makes sense. And hearing that, it sort of like maybe changed my perspective on the album, because I was like, can't lie, when you do listen to the album, like,
it was bringing back
do like
the cold Afrobeat
like
sound.
guy.
There was no I'm a piano, so I was happy, man.
Yeah.
To be honest, like that was my thing.
Yeah.
I love I'm a piano. Like, I don't love it, but yeah.
I was about to say, like, why would Cam be here?
I was meant to panda, but like, yes, but like, that's not my thing. So when I finally listened to the album, to be fair, like, I was telling guys, even when the snippets dropped, like when he dropped the snippets initially, I liked it because I like Playboy Carti, man. So that sound was like, that's the
like
kind
a
of
nice
like,
Playboy Carti.
Yeah, like nice Playboy Carti, basically. So I liked it from the beginning. I feel like I'm one of the few guys that liked it. So like, I love the album from start to finish. Obviously, it's like a new sound. I understand why guys are like, oh, like it's new and everything. But actually, like, it's refreshing to hear, to be honest.
I have a question though. Would you rather he, let's say, next project down the line now kept to this sound or reverted back to what we used to?
I feel like he's the kind of person that like, we might just hear something different again. I don't think. I feel like, to be honest, I feel like this is what he always wanted to do. I feel like to blow in now, he has to go through that orthodox routes of like do maybe on all of them, and now he's doing what he actually wants to actually fucking do. So
because that's how he started, like making like freestyles in like his car, like he wanted to do like wanted people to like have mosh pits, wanted to like sing mosh pit music.
He's a river, bro.
But calm down, on mosh pit music.
I'm going to say this. I've always been of the opinion of like, artists, especially when they're hustling, trying to make it, they cater to your palette. Then once you now platform them, they start doing whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
Personally, I like to hold my artists, like, I like to have control of what my artists are.
This nigga, man. So you prefer the old?
Thing is, obviously the old one, because we're talking about years of hearing that sound, if that makes sense. So I'm more used to it. If maybe you ask me this next year, maybe after I've jammed this album a bit more, my answer might be different. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like if you hear this if you hear outside, you enjoy it more.
I was just telling you this behind the scenes. I was just like, I feel like I need to hear this like at a party or something. And that's
I saw videos of people mosh pitting to us.
That was crazy.
Because I'm just like, imagine being in Niger and this album dropped. You're about to have the time of your life.
I was driving to that Matcham song. I was just pressing my bro. I didn't know where I was going, bro. Like I can't listen to this song anymore when I'm driving. I was going. Bro, I was only listening to it when I entered the store. I was feeling like a fucking G, bro. I'm like, what is this music? I was like, yeah, this is my music, man.
Fair enough.
I can't even like.
And even being a DJ, I feel his music right now is like catering to like DJs. And like I was saying, like I was listening to it and I was trying to understand like, okay, this is a new sound. Rema was given, because like when you're DJing, like you have BPMs. That's how like your heart's like rate goes. So 125 BPM is what makes people like start dancing. 108, 110, like it's a very calm BPM. People, that's what it was making calm down was like that. I feel like right now, like that sound is like really like catering to DJs. Like it's going to give like DJs will make like more. It's going to be more of Rema, like in like clubs right now, because you can play his album in club. So like I feel like it's more of Rema right now.
Fair enough. Well, yeah. Besides that, man, over the weekend,
bro,
shoot a shot,
bro. Like I woke up. I think I woke up to see that shit, man. When I woke up, first night I saw Trump's shot, I was like, bro. I don't want to see my reaction. But that was the first thing I saw Trump's shot. I was like, damn, like that's crazy. But then, and also like the pictures and like the aftermath and everything. Like, I don't know, what do you guys feel? Like, do you feel like it was staged? Or do you feel like,
do you
feel like it was actually shot? Like, do you feel like it was planned?
I think for me, because that night, it was early hours of Sunday morning our time. And that day, for whatever reason, like I was up by like 3 a.m. So I was up as it just happened, not like, I was seeing everything like in, and most night guys at that time they are asleep. So like I was getting a lot of, I had to go on like the trending list.
Bro.
So I was just like,
God damn.
because at first, like if you watch the video live, until he ducks, you can't really tell what's going on. Do you know what I mean? And I didn't even know he dropped. I thought like somebody had actually like, I thought that nigga was dead.
Yeah, I thought you
Because when he dropped, I was like, yeah, this guy's. Then, in terms of was it staged? Because I was speaking to somebody, right, and they referenced Scandal, which yeah.
If you watch Scandal, that's like everybody that watched Scandal, your mind just went there, like, bro, definitely. Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? Maybe not. Like, the world's a crazy place, but even if it was staged, man, can't lie, man. Bravo.
He did what he had to do.
Yeah, he did what he had to do.
Honestly, I don't think it was staged.
Really?
Because I was reading something and it said that like Trump, a Republican, and the guy who shot him was a Republican as well.
Yeah.
But they were blaming like the other team. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, like guys, like what's happening? Like, you know, it didn't feel too.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be staged, but it didn't just feel very like, why would someone die for like?
Yeah, that's the thing. Because like, if
guys would die for Trump though, for real. I'm not even joking. Like, this guy has a cult.
That's
like,
a cult.
No, he has a cult for real.
Yeah.
I feel like guys would die for Trump.
I feel like because bro, let's not like forget the fact that they literally stormed January
6th.
Yeah.
Capital, bro.
Based on Trump and niggas.
Like, guys would die for that nigga, bro. I promise. So, like, say we guys would die for Tinubu, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same way.
It's
like the same
way. Same way guys would die for Tinubu.
20-year-old, like,
yeah,
like that's
yeah, for real, bro.
future.
It's crazy, like,
yeah.
No.
Guy. But, like, I swear Trump is the first American president to survive, like, an assassination attempt.
Ronald Reagan as well.
Yeah.
But this one was just crazy, man.
Yeah, like
I didn't know this could happen in 2024. Like, how did this happen, man? Like, how?
Bro.
Like, how, bro?
Bro. It was...
Apparently, there were even, like, 5 shots.
Guy.
Yeah, like...
That shooter is the worst shooter on earth, bro. Like, how do you miss?
Script. But apparently, he turned his head.
Yeah, it was because of how he turned.
Yeah.
But, like, you know what's so funny, right? You know when they're having all them presidential debates, Trump is very quick to say, like, oh, he's done cognitive tests, he's done all of this. I can't like Joe Biden. Bro. You're going to have to show us something.
Yeah.
Because...
Guy said he has COVID now. He wants to do his own sickness. Let him do his own part.
Nah, forget honestly, COVID. Trump did that year.
Why do you think...
COVID
why do you think guys are voting for, like, Biden, like, right now? Like, why do you think, like, he's, like, in the race right now?
I think at this point, if you're voting for Biden, it's not because you want him. It's because you just don't want Trump.
That was the lesser of two evils, man.
Yeah.
That was just how guys are viewing it.
But bro, I can't lie, surviving a shooting in your 70s is crazy.
Yeah, like, and the pictures after were just hard, man.
So hard, man.
I'm sorry. I know that sounds black, but that was hard,
like,
man.
Guy,
I'm so sorry, bro.
Guy,
I'm so sorry.
Do you feel like, let's just say it wasn't staged, right? Do you feel in that moment, you know all them, like, how they accuse, like, footballers of, like, acting for the cameras? Do you believe, like, he was just like, yeah, this is the moment, like...
You know he's an actor, so it's like, that was just...
he literally did, like...
Yeah, bro, like, he's an actor, bro, so I won't be surprised. Yeah. Again, like, even if he was staged, like, he helped his case as well.
For real.
So he trended, like, he's already still trending, so, like, he helped his case, but I don't know if that was still, like, put him over the edge, I don't know.
Nah, like, between that and the fact that, like, Biden can't remember anybody's name, bro, or anything at all at this point.
Why did he choose him, man? Obviously, it's hard to, like, not choose the incumbent president, but it's like, I don't know, man.
They've been begging him to step down, and he said no.
God damn.
And who was it? I was speaking to somebody, right? And let me know what you guys think about this. They were like, yeah, it might seem like he's being stubborn, right? But do you think America is ready for a female president that is not white?
Do you want Clinton? So I don't know. So
because if he steps down, Kamala Harris is one. Yeah. So either on the balance of probabilities, what do you feel is the better way?
Biden is the better way, to be honest. I don't think those niggas are
Biden is easier to control.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I still feel like there's still an organization running, like the US, like government.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I was reading about it, like about the IPAC or something. Like they run, like there's a community that literally run, like
even Nigeria as well.
Yeah,
I feel like niggas run Nigeria.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the
same fucking thing, bro.
Sure.
But they're like. Nigerian ones are not sharp, man, to be honest. Like, I just feel like you're sharp, but in terms of like themselves, but in the grand scheme of things,
yeah, what's their business with you now?
Exactly.
I feel like Nigeria is very like Nigeria is like they're running like a cartel and like a cabal as well. Like It's going both sides, man. I won't lie.
But do you know something I was thinking about? You know, like how a couple of months ago they tore down Landmark, right? Like the beaches there. So like all these events that used to happen in December on all them beaches, where would they now be?
Bro, I don't even know. What would you even be doing then, bro?
So like, because I was thinking about it, like we've entered the second half of the year. December is around the corner.
Yeah.
What is that going to look like this year?
Everybody will be going in Lashe now, I guess.
TBS.
Guy, that's how.
But they also open in Elegushi Beach as well.
Guy, I can't remember who it was that said like she was going to Ilashe one day, and like their boat stops in the middle of the water.
Okay.
Yes, happened to me before.
Really?
Yeah. Like you can't panic. Like you have to. Like if you panic, bro, there's nothing that can happen. Like you actually have to just sit down. So yeah, like sometimes
Somebody
like the
else
engine like
comes,
goes
yeah.
off. So like you just send down there. They have to fix it. Or like another boat comes to like get
Take
you.
guys.
You're just sitting down in the middle, bro. Like you know.
Damn,
Can't even play music or anything. I'm just like saying that. I'm actually just saying that. I'm just saying that because like, you don't even know what's going to happen to your life.
Because you're just in the middle of the water, guy.
No.
Nah, but that's man.
Why did they do that though? Like,
Guy, they said initially they were trying to build a road to connect Lagos and Calabar, but then when they tore it down, they were like,
They realized,
actually we can't.
We can't. They fucking planned that shit, bro. That shit was planned.
Yeah, it has
they wanted
to
that
be
nigga out
fucking-
of there.
yeah,
You know how much
it
that nigga was making? Because I think he bought the land for like 9 million. And the land is now worth like 200 and something. That was like
Yeah.
all the investments he's made,
Yeah.
he has doubled everything.
Yeah.
They're like, bro, why are you making this money, man? Fuck off. And he's Igbo as well.
Yeah.
Sorry to go there. He's Igbo as well. So it's like, yeah, it doesn't make sense for them.
Yeah,
I think it was planned, to be honest.
Yeah, nah,
yeah.
real.
So it didn't make sense. How didn't you know that it was not going to work before you tore it down?
Guy, and like it was like the speed in which they were like, oh,
He cleared the
yeah, it
place.
was less than like it was less than
a
a week after.
They cleared it, bro.
You think like he fought with them? That's why like you know like you
Yeah,
know
that's
Nigeria.
what happened, that's what happened.
You know Nigerians.
Pissed off the
Pissed off
wrong
They're
the
very
wrong
pissed
guys.
off. Like you're like
Pissed
these
off
guys
the
do
wrong
something
guys. Wrong.
stupid.
Yeah,
Let
pissed
me-
off the wrong guys. Because he
me
was not
break
trying
this
to
shit
get
down.
like public like
Sympathy,
policy,
yeah.
like, no.
Nigeria public sympathy does not
It
work.
doesn't work,
Guy,
bro.
it doesn't
You
work.
can't.
It doesn't
You're
work.
playing yourself.
Nobody's pitying you in
Nobody
Nigeria.
puts you.
Guy, you know-
I saw guys on the government side, bro. Like, they were
Nobody's
defending them.
pitying
Like,
you.
oh, okay.
Guy, you know how guys were sympathetic when Trump got shot, all of that. What do you feel the reaction would be if that like happened in Nigeria?
You simple go shows.
No, I forget to like let's say like Buhari got shot, like or like I think Peter Obi is the only person that maybe would have like gotten some sort of like sympathy afterwards.
I think guys will get sympathy. I think guys will sympathize.
Do you think?
On the tail. Yeah, for sure.
On the you think?
Thing is that guys can't really say how they feel.
Yeah.
Like people speak through like videos now. Like, bro, the guy just post like videos of like you know that TikTok thing like the guy dancing or something. Like,
Guy.
Man, there's no
Real.
free speech in Nigeria, man.
Real.
Guys can't
Guys
say,
can't
can't
say
see how they
anything.
react, man.
Because do you know what's so
Oh.
funny? I just clocked. Like, let's say now you want to go on Twitter and now like say like good for the guy. Yeah, they'll turn off our Twitter again.
Guy, bro, there's one
they
guy.
actually turned it
They-
off.
they actually
turned
I remember using VPN. Like,
Yeah.
VPN that
Yeah.
year, bro. I
yeah,
used
my
VPN
phone,
that
my phone was always hot, bro.
Yeah, because
Always
I
hope.
remember I
VPN
touched down
period.
Niger that year and immediately I got to the airport, my Twitter stopped working. And I was like, yeah, I remember. I was like, shit. Guy, I had to get VPN fast.
Okay, that NSAS period was like a movie, bro. It didn't even feel real, dog. Like,
Ha.
and apparently, Twitter headquarters in Africa were meant to be in Nigeria, and they moved it to Ghana because of that whole P. Man, I don't know.
Ghana getting all our phone, man.
Yeah, for real. But someone told me, like, the other side of it is like, imagine you're the president,
Yeah.
and there's this platform that's slandering you every day. It's like,
So?
no, I was just thinking of it from that point of view, like, oh, if you was the president, would you do the same thing?
I wouldn't. I would just not. I would. Do you know if I was president, I'll have burners, man. Like I was actually just. I would have fucking burner accounts.
Because during that period, like everything on Twitter was like against the government. So
Yeah.
it's like, man,
If
let's
I was,
calm this down.
guy, if I was on Twitter, like, if I was president and I was Twitter, guys were slandering me. Guy, I would make so many burners just to start slandering. Because you know how like guys are always like celebs should like not reply.
Yeah.
Guy, I'll be on.
But I feel like most of them already have burners already, to be honest.
You think Tinubu has a burner?
I feel like that. It would be so funny if he does. It would be too funny.
So
if he
the
does.
having a brother is
It would be
crazy.
too fucking funny if he does. But I don't think he does. Like I don't think that generation.
Do you know what? Do you know what I think he does? You know these Twitter guys, these APC guys on Twitter. I feel like he tells them what.
What's
he literally has a whole squad.
I don't think he sits down on his phone.
Guy, he
to
has
actually,
a whole
like,
Yeah, because
bunch of them.
even artists do it. Like they literally have like supporters they pay.
Yeah.
Like,
social
like that-
media managers.
Yeah, they need like people to constantly talk about them. So
I didn't know that artist thing was a real thing. Like labels actually pay like people.
yeah.
bro, everything right now, like with like music and like artists, like, is numbers. Like, is bills, like,
because
they
guys
don't-
go.
nobody
straight
cares
for
about the sound anymore. Like the sound is good, but yeah, that like we need the numbers to like.
I wanted to ask you guys, when do you think this numbers thing became like so? I know we're in the stats era and even in football and
Yeah.
everything, in basketball, everything.
when numbers
When
became
do
so important.
numbers become so like important? Like
was Whiskey and Davido that cost them?
you think?
You
Yeah,
think?
the whole BET, like them getting like international awards and like they started. There was like a whole like there was like a whole like
Yeah.
like let me just put this
Yeah,
guy, like, plays.
that's when their stands now really like. But I feel like in the night context, yeah. But just generally, what would I even say started it, man? I feel like every sector has like its own triggers, right? I feel. I'll say late 2010s, like let's say like from like 2019, 2020. I know in music particularly, obviously streaming numbers were always a thing, but then with TikTok as well, man.
I think social media just fucked everything. Even in football as well now, like I'm just thinking about
what
like,
happens to my beautiful game? What happens to the game I
bro,
love?
like everything. People don't even watch football anymore. Guys just see, okay, even basketball
Guys,
as well.
stats muse.
Starts looking at box scores. It's like, bro, you're not even watching the game. You're just looking at stats,
gambling ruined football.
Gambling, yes.
Gambling ruined
There we
football.
go.
Yes,
There we
gambling,
go.
bro.
Over 2.5. there we actually
Guys,
go.
gambling ruined football.
Yeah, I won't
Gambling-
lie, cause I mean, I watch football and like I literally used to be a huge supporter of like United, but honestly, like I just stopped like at the point. I was like, guy, what is happening right now? Like I'm around people and like everybody's talking about the numbers. Like I want to bet on this, I want to bet. Like it's not the love of game anymore.
Yeah,
it's love of, like,
nobody,
money.
like, bro,
We're
it's
in
just
the
about
stats
bar
era,
now,
man.
man.
Yeah.
I'm
I
not
think-
because
No, I think the thing as well with like football particularly, man. The players just don't have the same juice, man. Like some of them are still good, but man, from like I remember every weekend Barclays, guy.
Rodri's
Yeah,
getting
it was
Ballon d'Or
special.
shouts, man. Come on, man. I love Rodri, but like, come on, man.
I don't, but like,
Come on, man.
Guy.
I know you're a Raz guy.
yeah,
And that's why these guys like became and literally stayed in Nigeria DSTV because like people didn't it didn't stay because of African Magic or
At all.
MTV base. They stayed because of like Super Sports and
Yeah.
Sports Channel. Reason why DSTV stayed in Nigeria,
Yeah.
and I feel that's the reason why like sports is such because sports is such a huge thing in Nigeria.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
you don't even know like the half of it, bro. Like sports is such a huge thing. Like football, like you don't people watch basketball. Like but I'm just like it's such a huge thing. But like gambling just ruined the whole thing. Like, people like betting and everything.
yeah. But like, we also just wanted to speak about like, you've mentioned the fact you're a DJ as well, and you also do photography.
Yeah.
So, how did you start both? Like, what got you into both?
Photography was it was in end of 2013. I went for this event like in high school. I went for this event and they gave me the school's camera to like shoot like this event, and I just fell in love with like I was just like, yo, this is actually like really cool. Like I'm actually taking pictures of people. Then I started taking pictures of like plants and flowers. I was just like literally taking pictures of everything until I was just like, okay, this is something I can actually get into and like start. Then when I got into uni, I started taking photos of people. Like people said they enjoyed like my work, and it became so serious that like people would book me like in school, uni. Like I was getting like 2K to like take pictures and like it wasn't a huge thing for me, but I was just like people are actually like giving me baths, like I was like 16. I was like this was something aside from like being in a like Nigerian university as well. Then I started making like 20K, and I was like I actually had to take this serious. Then I wanted to I just had to like be very like dedicated like with like my whole like process. Like I went through like the hardest times. Like I wanted to be a student of the game. Like I didn't want to like just like photography. Like because I feel like most people I know got into like photography, like all of those DJing like later maybe like 2017, 18, 19, but 2014, 2013 there was nobody like really didn't have the people that I looked up to was the photographer I looked up to was the president's photographer Obi Somto. Like back then, like he used to work for I think Buhari or something, but like Obi Somto, like he like was like someone I looked up to. Like he didn't have like photographers on Instagram. Instagram wasn't a thing to show like your work. Like it was just like you shooting. So like I just like wanted to like I made sure I understood like the game. Like that's I always just want to understand the process before I very careful.
Yeah. Now, but you made a point which is so true because Instagram back then wasn't what it is now, where like you could sort of like commercialize what you were doing on that platform. But obviously, as time has gone on, it's become that
very
for you.
Yeah.
So like, for you, what would you say that transition's been like in terms of just, you know, going from where you were just shooting to like now you have a page, you know, and all of that. So I would assume it's made life easier, but you know, tell us about that as well.
Bro, like Instagram is the new swag. Like I won't lie, like you just have to like, you know, I mean before like when I was shooting, I'll post my stuff on Instagram. I was even like going through like my work on like I had like 2 likes, 3 likes, but I was happy that like people like liked my work, but it wasn't something I was looking forward to. And now like to be like for people to see you as like, you know, an artist, like even whatever you're doing, it's Instagram.
Numbers,
like that's the first question someone asks you, what's your Instagram, bro? Like nobody's asking what's your Facebook. You know, so like I feel like Instagram, like, you know, I like how like, you know, it's just made everything easier for like people to like, you know, it's a very fast portfolio for like it's like LinkedIn, but like, you know, if like more like
Engaging,
socialized like LinkedIn, like, it's not really like business. You can still see what people are up to and everything. So you know, Instagram is like, I honestly feel like Instagram is just like, you know, the new swag we have to like put up like with like right now. Like,
yeah, do you know there are some times where like I remember like Insta, Facebook, right, from back then, and I remember some of the pictures I posted back then, right? And looking at it retrospectively, I'm like, this is shit. But I remember getting so many compliments. So I was like, was I surrounded by fake niggas, or was that really the swag
That
back
was swag
then?
back then, bro.
that was perception back then.
And our pictures were buns as well. I don't know why they look like that, bro.
So crispy. So crispy.
Why they looking like
So
that, bro? Like,
crispy.
like, especially Facebook, man. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
Nah, I can't go back. I'm so sorry. But the question I always ask people that have like an unorthodox career path is like, how did you convince your parents, or have you even convinced them on like what you're doing, or like how was it difficult for you, or did you have like?
I feel like
parents that
before you
supported
answer
you?
that, you also need to give the context of like what your parents do. Just
Yeah, so bro, I feel like they have to, like, I feel like I have to make them understand every day what I'm doing or what I do. Me being a photographer, like when I tell them I have shoots, they understand, okay, he's going to shoot something, but like, you know, I mostly work with like artists, and like I have to like, you know, travel sometimes, like going on tour with them, and so like speaking to them about like, you know, I have to travel for this, like they're like, oh, what's happening? Like they don't fully understand, like, okay, why is your craft, like why are you taking pictures, and why are they paying for you to like travel with them to like take the pictures? Like can't they use like someone's phone? Like you know, at the point my parents even thought like I was doing fraud. Like
wow.
Like literally, like they were like, oh, like, you know, like what are you doing? Like, you know, this doesn't seem like real. Like you like doing photography. But I feel like with like every like step, I've actually just like, you know, convinced them. Like I feel like I just do the convincing. Like I've done like exhibitions. I did my first exhibition in 2017. So I feel like, you know, and I got artists on it. Like I did a Booker Hut in like it was big. Like, you know, people like knew about it, and you know, I did it like over the years, and like, you know, I did do my bar, like, and I was literally like racking up bar from like saving in like school, because I literally come back. I did it every summer, so I'll save like from like March till like, you know, when it's time to like come back home for the summer, and you know, just use the bar to like try to do my shows. But like my parents, like they're both lawyers, bro. Like it's
Bro.
yeah, like,
Intense.
yeah, like, they're both lawyers, man. So,
Yeah, you know how lawyers can be.
Yeah.
Bro.
like,
Don't worry.
my dad is very like when he's very monotonous, like, you know, when you're talking, like, you know, he doesn't have time to like, you know, oh, this is what I'm doing, like he doesn't really care, like, you know, like he just wanted me to like finish school and like do what I want to do in my life, and I made sure I did that. So yeah, just a lot of convincing, like, you know, it's every day. Like, they don't believe you, like, oh, this is what you're doing, or, you know. But I feel like when I get like, you know, when I buy like my dream car, like that's when, like, you know,
that's the people with African parents, man. Once you see the bar, that's
once they start seeing results.
Yeah, that's just it, man.
But you said that. Do your parents know that you DJ as well?
Yeah, they do, and they don't believe that like completely. Like, even though like I'm from like my mom's like side, like it's like a music like family, like music, like my uncles like all like 3 of them are like play like jazz music. So like I've literally like, you know, been around like music, like in church, like, you know, in church I used to play the drums. So like, you know, so they always knew like music was part of me. I did like music classes, like when I was like, my dad put me in like music class. So me DJing now, it feels like it's so like far apart from like photography. Like, aren't you a photographer anymore? You know, like the whole balance of like, they feel like I'm not focused. They feel like my life is like chaotic right now, and you know, I really enjoy like that perspective of them seeing like my life's chaotic, because it makes it feel like, you know, I actually like, you know, I'm doing something right, like, you know, like if like it feels like it's chaotic, because being rebellious, like I've literally been doing that since I was like 15, like, you know, 16, like, you know, leaving like school for the weekend, like I'll literally leave Ogun State, come to Lagos, you know, come for the weekend, like just hang out with like babes from Unilag, and it was just a combination of everything. And you know, I got my first start when I was like 18, like, you know, my parents just always like, my mom is scared of me, bro. Like, she's really scared of me. Like, I'm not like.
Are you the first one?
I'm the only child.
Oh, so wonder, bro.
So like it's scary. Like I have siblings, but like obviously not for my mom. But, like, only child for my mom. So like it's just scary because she had control of me, like for like a few, like when I was a kid. But like I just turned around and just like was like, fuck that, like, you know, I'm not. I feel like that's one of the reasons why I like became like a creative, because it made me have control of my own self and like my own life. In some way.
I feel that, man. Bro, I also feel like when I hear like people like rebelling and everything, I always ask them like, what child, like, are you firstborn? Because I hardly hear, because both of us are firstborns, right? I feel like
firstborn niggas.
Yeah, I feel like it's hard for firstborns.
It's not in our blood.
It's hard for firstborns to rebel because there's a trickle down effect. Because I feel like I had to be on the streets and narrow so they could do whatever they want to do. Because if you fuck up, they're harder on them. So it's like, I feel like most times it's usually like lastborns or like middle children that are usually more rebellious.
I think my own perspective isn't even like them being harder on my siblings. Mine is just, I'm afraid my siblings will do their own without restraint, if that makes sense. So like, and then like my parents will now come and just pit everything on me. So I don't know, for example now, let's just say I had a tattoo, right? And then one of my brothers went to go and buy a gun. But like my parents are fully capable of saying, it's you're the one that introduced all of this into our household.
It's also a gun, man.
Yeah, no, but like you get what I mean?
I feel you.
So just like, man.
I feel you, man.
Yeah. I think also like growing up, just hearing like, oh, you can't do this because what are your siblings now?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
you hear that every time.
Yeah.
So it's hard to.
And do you guys think like it's expectations, like you're running it based on like an expectation of like, you know?
For sure, especially when I was younger, for sure, it was an expectation thing. It was because it was like, man, can't make mom and dad disappointed.
Yeah.
Guy.
There's the way my siblings even talk to my parents. I'm like, damn,
bro.
Like,
bro.
I'm like, damn, like, look at that. Bro, I'm be getting anxious. I'm like, damn, like, wait.
Man, is even the conversation is going.
Cause I couldn't do this, man. Like, but this is what it says. Like my mom always told me, like, I'm the guinea pig.
Yup.
Everything that happened,
Lab
was,
rats.
I'm the first person
Yup.
that went through it. So I just have to stick on the chin, man. This is what it says.
I feel like my parents like just stopped expecting like for me when I got suspended from university. Yeah, and it was my final year.
Damn.
Yeah, so like first semester of my final year, like I literally got suspended for like a whole year. So like I finished uni in 2019, but like I finished like they let me finish my school, but like they now gave me my suspension during lockdown. So like I graduated like literally after lockdown.
But how was that period for you, man?
It was a huge like transition because that's when I literally like moved in with my best friend. Like I moved in with my best friend. I moved to his house like because my parents were not like smiling with me, bro. So I literally just moved with my best friend, and that's when we like got into like seriously into DJing because he just finished like his masters. So like he came back to Nigeria. He was schooling in Virginia. So like he just finished the school and started DJing. I feel like that was my distraction from like thinking about that. Yeah, but yeah, I feel like they just stopped expecting from me. So like I'm just the way they deal with me is just very like only child, like they don't know, so they just have to like not cater to like my own like needs, but they have to like accommodate like my own needs, like even though it feels uncomfortable. Yeah, so I feel they don't have a choice. Basically, like you don't have a choice.
Do you know what's funny? Like, the older I get, and like, the more I realize, like, even for parents that have like maybe like now we are 3 and he's 4, it's like, because they always tell you like if you do this, this will happen. But I realize like even though if I fuck up, like they still love me. Do you know what I'm saying? I just think if I fucked up, that was the end. You know what I'm saying? Like,
my worst nightmare back there was like one day my dad would just be like, "I'm disowning you."
Yeah, get fuck out of my house. Like literally, bro. Like, but I just realized like, bro, even though I fuck, they're still going to be there. They're still my parents. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just one of them things you have to grow out of still.
Yeah. Nah, but I think the last thing I wanted us to like discuss about was we were speaking about this off camera where, Chidi and I were saying we looked at your Insta page and we didn't know what you looked like, and you said that's something that happens with a lot of people in terms of they don't really know what you look like. I wanted to ask, one, how do you feel about that, and two, is that something that you consciously made an effort to do so that like it's more you're promoting your work and not yourself, or is it something that just happened naturally?
I feel like, bro, like first of all, like I barely take photos of myself. Like even like on my like camera, I don't like, I just have like my work and like I take photos of like people, like screenshots. Like I don't take photos of myself. So I feel like that's just been me. And like whenever like my page is just for like my work, I just want people to see my work. But at the same time, I get very disappointed and like sad sometimes because some people like hit me up on like Instagram DMs like, "Oh my God, I love your work so much. Like I want to work with you." Like, like and I see them in public and they just pass me like it's nothing. I'm just like, God damn. Like, do you know, like you don't know me, but like you literally wear my DMs like telling me like, "Oh my God, I love your work. Like let's work." And like I'm just like looking at, you're not looking at like So like that's the only like part I don't like about it, but yeah.
Do you feel like you're ever going to like to change it up, or you feel like you're going to go with it still?
I mean, like my DJ page like has like photos and videos of me.
Okay.
So I feel like if people like actually like want to know who I am, like this is literally my like bio, like it's like So I feel like my photography, like I just want to keep on like like right now I haven't even like throughout like last year was my busiest at being a DJ, and like I didn't like really do any photography work. I didn't really. Because being a DJ, like, actually, like, I started, like 2019, but I get paid more for it than photography. Everybody loves music, man.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be out.
Yeah.
You always want to get booked. So, like, I'm just like, it's like, it's been really fun, like.
Yeah. Nah, but I think the last thing I wanted to also, like, say, and this is just me being, like, curious.
And you're going to say?
Creative niggas always have at least once used their art to raise up babes.
Yep.
So, especially with the photography, I can see that especially. Don't lie.
I mean, like, I mean,
you use let me come take pictures of you sometime.
You won't. It's like I feel like that perspective or like you doing that. I mean, people fuck for opportunity. Like, I'm not going to like call them for that. Like, you know, you fuck for opportunity. Like at work, like, but like that transaction like doesn't really work with me. Like, I mean, I've had like times where like, you know, you meet someone like you work with and you guys like end up talking and like, you know, this happens. Yeah. But like, it's not. I don't want to enter into like shooting a babe and like, you know. Obviously, if you see a babe and like, obviously, if you're feeling her and you're like you have game, like you still, regardless of like the shoot or not, like
I'm not talking about now but I'm just talking about like I can imagine. Let's say I was into photography when I was like 16.
Oh, back then, uni, yeah. Like, come on. I'm not going to lie. Like, back then, like, it was like, oh my God, you're so good. I won't lie, like, it's happened. Like, it's happened, but like, it's part of like, you know, you learn like from it. Like,
of course. It's the game.
But the first thing I'll say is because you creative niggas have a bad rap. You guys are toxic. You guys don't care.
And I'm the top 2 of DJ photography.
Exactly. You're like, you what? Bro, like, the worst mix. If a babe meets you and you're like, oh, he takes pictures and he DJs, bro. Come on, bro. Like, that's a...
Bro, I've met some babes in Lagos. Whenever I told them, oh, I'm a DJ and photographer, they just like literally walk away. But like, you know, in a very nice way. Like,
that's a red flag.
I'm just like, okay.
That's a walkie red flag.
That's calm.
Imagine like you've come out of like... It's like 5-year toxic relationship, and the first nigga you're yelling is like, he's a DJ ad. Nah.
Why do you think like you guys have like that bad rap? You think it's true or just a stereotype?
It's true, man.
I like that idea. I like that.
There's no stereotype because like it's like, you know, yeah, in this like game, like, you know, you were able to like see it or meet someone like through like the person was able to like, you know, talk to you and the person they know you and you can see another like bad bitch like like it's so easy to like, bro, like I feel like, you know, and I was telling like my friend this thing, like I feel like in this life like or like right now like we don't men see this many bad bitches.
I was
like,
saying this
like,
thing.
bro, you don't mention TikTok.
Too many.
You're like, guy,
too many, bro.
You probably see more bodies in a day than your great grandfather did.
Guy, in life. Like, bro, I told you, like, I hate going out with them. I fall in love every time I go out, bro. Like,
bro, that's Lagos for me, and that's honestly, I enjoy being in Lagos because there's so many beautiful women. So many.
And why I love Lagos women, there are so many different types of. It's not like there's a setting. There are like, different types. Varieties, bro.
Bro, it's so
Jesus Christ, melting pot of bodies. God damn, it's just that all these like, this Japa culture is taking away our bodies, man. But it is what it is.
I mean, like, if you really deep it though, like. They're still like
you see a good number,
bro. Like people,
people
still flying to Lagos, bro. Like people from Abuja still flying, like, and Abuja bodies are like
different stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So Lagos like is always
it's popping.
It's like New York, like
there's
always bodies.
Yeah, there always bodies, man.
But Benga, it's been good having you on the pod, man.
Thank you guys so much. I really like
Noir season 3. We bike. You know. All right, we'll catch you guys later.